most sales companies even have a base pay, especially this high. No, okay, if you went to work in real estate, there's no base pay, okay, and you sell a house, you have to wait like 3-4 months before you get paid because you have to wait for, the closing costs and all that stuff. You work for a car company, selling cars, just sell some cars, okay, the base pay is very low, right? So the reason why we have such a high base pay is two reasons. Number one, we know as long as you follow the program, people will buy our product, okay? If nobody bought our product, would we be able to do this? No, we'd be broke in a week, okay? So we know that most people will buy anyway. But the other reason we have base pay is to give you confidence, and it's to pay people who are working it out and figuring it out and trying, okay? That's what base pay is for. It's, I liken base pay to unemployment insurance, okay? I'll use that example, right? Unemployment insurance is out there. If somebody, can you quit a job and get unemployment? No, okay? You have to get fired or laid off, okay? And then the person goes to unemployment, and while they're looking for a job, they make money, and they come to the government, gives them some money, and says, look, we don't want you on the street, a whole bunch of people lost their jobs, we don't want a bunch of you, we don't have nothing, so we'll give them some money while they're looking for a job, and then when they get a new job, they go off unemployment. That's what that's for, and it's a good program if it's used the proper way. However, some people abuse unemployment insurance, and they get fired from a job, and they go, oh, wait a second, I'm making pretty good money, and I don't have to do anything. I just sit around all day. All right, so they sit around, don't do anything, collect unemployment for like 3-4 months, then apply for extension, go another month, and then they go get a job again. They're like, 4 or 5 months unemployment, they go get a job, then they get a job for a month, and they just don't show up until they get fired, and then they go back on unemployment again. Okay, and these are people who are abusing that program. Is that what that program is designed for? No, okay, and that hurts, and that's what hurts. It hurts the government, it hurts us, it hurts everyone. Okay, so the base pay program is there for people like Jonathan. I don't know if the guards never needed it. Okay, even David. I think David got paid a little some money on base pay his first week. Okay, because he was still figuring it out. It's for those types of people. But I wouldn't have those people if they had no base pay. Jonathan was 0 for 7. Okay, and you can imagine if there was no base pay, would he probably even be working here anymore? No, okay, but now he's almost at $6,000 in sales, okay, and so, and because we sat down, we worked with him, and he wanted to do well, he showed us that he wanted to do well, he was just missing a couple things in the demo, we straightened it out, and he started selling, and he started doing well, and so that's what the base pay program is for. It's not for people to go, all right, Liddy, come on, sign the paper, you want anything? Well, you didn't show me, Alright, at least I got a base pay. Let me go to the next house, alright? And just not even trying and just trying to collect base pay. That's not the purpose of the program. The purpose of the program is to be there. It's like a safety net. It's there if you need it, okay? That's how it goes. So let me pass this out just so it's on the board so you guys have it, base pay requirements so you have them. Oops. Gravity's still working. I'm passing those back just in case I can. Okay, so I just want to go over it just to make sure everyone's very clear on how the base pay program works and how it does it. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. Potential customer must be 30 years of age. Great. Okay. Short one. Got that. Good. Okay. All right. So 30 years of age I covered. Employed means they're working. Okay. Married or approved by the manager. Write down next to that. Write down 5. You have 5 freebies. Okay. Here's the thing with single people. There are 2 types of single people out there. There is the, there's a bunch of different types of single people, but there's a single person who is, I'm 45 years old, I have 2 kids, I got divorced last year, but, I have a good job, and I take care of everything, and, I still pay everything on time, I'm good, okay, and I'm just not married anymore, right? So that's a fine single person. Then the other type of single person, I'm 31, I'm living in my parents' basement apartment, I pay no rent, I have no fridge, and, show me Cutco, okay? Like, that is not a good single person. I'm 97, I'm living in a home, and, all my kids have kids, and they have their kids too, and, this is not, great, okay? I can barely hold a knife with my hand. Okay, so not a good single person, right? So I think we're like 1 for 18 with grandmas, okay? So it just doesn't work. Now, are these people bad? No, okay? They're just not in the target audience. Now, so here's the point. Here's the rule with single people. Your first 5 you get for free. Everyone's fine until then. Now, if I see that you're single people, when you put your single people, if every time you see a single person, you're having no sales, well, guess who the older people in the home refer you to, and guess who the 31, 32-year-old single guy refers you to? People just like that. Okay, you start a demo for me. Like, I'm single. I hang out with my single guy friends. You do a demo for me, I'm gonna refer you to my single guy friends. All right, that's just how it goes. More people like me. When one of my guy friends gets married, I stop hanging out with them. they hang out with their wife. Okay, so that's kind of how it goes. All right, so it's just kind of how it works. So the point is that so as long as you're now, here's the thing with single people, because there are a lot of our reps who sell to single people. That's fine. Okay, as long as you're doing okay with single people. Okay, as long as you're you're selling to like 5, 6 out of every 10, your average order is between 200 and 250, then fine. Okay, if it's not broke, it's not going to fix it. So you're okay. However, if we see that every time you see a single person, you're having no sale, you're selling like 1 out of 2, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, and your average order is only about like $100. You're selling fisherman solutions to people, and that kind of stuff. Then we're going to say, look, you need to get your single people approved, which just means that you fall into have a single person.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about couples who live together but aren't married. Are they considered because we're not looking for marriage certificates, do we consider them married?
Single, married. Okay, so it's just how it goes. They're still single. If you're selling, then they're calling. Okay, so that's how it works. All right. So it's just the rule. It's the rules, the lines. That's how it works. All right. So if you're selling lots of them, then it doesn't matter what's going on. Don't worry about it. Okay. So that's how it goes. All right. So everyone good on single, married? How that works. All right. So if you're doing fine, you don't have to ask. If so, why would then what you do is just say, hey, I'm seeing a single person tonight, and I'll say, tell me about him. If you're like, oh, they're 32-year-old that live in a basement apartment, why are you seeing them? Oh, I just want to get some base pay. I'm going to say no, not approved. Okay, if you're like, oh, they're together, they live together, they've been together for 10 years and they're doing great, blah blah blah, then I'll say fine, approved. Okay, so that's it. All right, so that's approved and not approved. All right, I just want to make sure that you're seeing the right single people if you are seeing single people, if you're not doing all the single people. Make sense? Beautiful. Okay. Next up, appointment must take place in the customer's home and all cutting demonstrations performed. Okay, so don't do demos at people's jobs. Do not take the knives into a school. Okay, I don't know why reps do this sometimes. All right, you can't take a bag of knives into a school. Okay, so here's the point. As far as it goes, you gotta do it in people's homes. Don't do it on people's lunch breaks. Okay, all that kind of stuff. Don't go to people's jobs. If you're on a lunch break and they have an hour-long lunch break and you're doing a demonstration, after 45 minutes, are they thinking about buying a homemaker or going back to work? They're like, are you almost finished? I gotta get to work soon. Okay, like they're not in a buying scenario there. Okay, not to mention they have to cut the products. They have to cut what they're currently using. They have to use their knives. So most people don't bring their knives to work. Cutting the rope with a plastic knife in the lunchroom is not a good demonstration there. Okay, so in the home. Okay, has to be in a home presentation. Okay. So that's the first part. Number 2, presentations must be one-on-one or in couple, no group parties. Already covered that. All right. Going to number 3. All right, the rep must submit their base pay worksheet by Monday night of each week. Okay, so in the front of your blue book, just look and see if it's there. Take a quick gander. Make sure you have this thing. It's called a presentation report. Just make sure it's there. You don't have to take it out because I want you to look up here. All right, here's Miriam's. All right, so it looks like this. Everyone should have one right in front of the blue book. All right, so just make sure you got it. Let me teach you how to fill it out. Okay, this is your presentation report. Okay, this is what you get paid on for base pay. So you need to make sure you fill it out, properly. Okay, so it's pretty simple to fill out with your name, the office. You can put the office number, or you can put Brooklyn, whatever you want to put there. Your rep number is very important. Okay, which I'll explain to you how to find your rep number in a minute. I'm going to give it to you. You already have it, but I'll tell you where you find it. Your rep number. Monday's date. Now just explain to you again how the checks work. Okay. Monday is the cutoff. Monday at 5 o'clock, UPS guy shows up. Okay. Everything that's sent up on Monday is what's going to be paid out the following week. Okay. So Monday everything goes out. Okay. That's why I have you guys come in for advanced training at 4 o'clock Monday. So get the paperwork. Okay. That's the purpose of that. So the point is that Monday at 5 o'clock, usually the UPS guy shows up. We send it up on Tuesday. On Tuesday in Ole, in this little tiny town, okay, all 326 offices all send their orders in to Ole. Okay, all the contracts go in. Everything that is overnight comes from our office. Our office itself did about $30,000 in sales last week, and then all the contracts and everything there. And there's 300 offices and candidates get sent to Ole on Tuesday. So Wednesday, the data processing nightmare begins. Okay, and they start at 6 o'clock in the morning. They go to 12 midnight, and they just type in this information. They try to read your hand. Look at Miriam's handwriting. That's not easy. Right? She's not the worst. Okay, so they got to try to read this. What was his rep trying to do? Why did he leave this blank? And they got to put all this stuff in the computer. So they do all this on Wednesday and Thursday. Usually by Thursday evening, Friday morning, depending on the volume of orders that come in. Friday morning, they're always done by Friday morning. They print out the checks, and then they put the checks in the mail on Friday, and then Monday you get your check. Okay, so that's how the rig works, right? So let me go through your first couple checks. Now your first week with our company here is going to be your first 10 days, okay? Because you have Saturday, Sunday. It's not really a full